Alright, welcome to the G&P Paranormal Investigation Analysis video the day after. And what's needed, so sit back and relax, pour yourself a drink, whatever sort, and we'll get going. So, firstly, thanks for watching the video. The response we had from that video was very good. A lot of people interested. I've seen a lot of new channel names pop up under the video, showing a lot of interest, and even someone said about their daughter is interested in this sort of stuff, and they've bought all the gear for her, and they may even pay a visit there themselves, you know, with the parents, and as maybe one of her first investigation. So if you're watching this, very good luck to you and enjoy it. Don't take it too seriously, and try and, you know, just focus on your equipment and things like that, and it's good fun trying to see if you can capture anything audio, picture wise, or anything like that. So G&P, first of all, I was shocked. He phoned me up last week. Hey, do you fancy going to Hulk? I thought he's gone nuts. Because he vowed he'd never go there again, felt he really affected him. So I said, yeah, you know, whatever. And so we arranged it between us. You have to excuse me, I'm sweating, I'm not eating any hot curry. It's just so hot and humid at the moment, and it's set to get hotter. Fantastic for the Tommies. They're turning red, by the way. Nothing to do with this, but I'll let you know. So we agreed a day, a time, which we never disclose. Graham will always tell you that, for safety reasons. Cheers, by the way. So off we trotted, and you would have seen the video. It started the intro in the car. We had a good chat in the car, and about everything, sort of thing. And then we got to the cemetery. Now, the interesting thing here for me, because I observe things, because I can't sense anything, I just observe. And it takes me back to when I did the recordings with this paranormal group I used to work with, who did some work for the BBC, may I add. Thank you. So no riffraff. And as soon as we got out the car, breathing, anxious, and we hadn't got through the gate yet, he said, just seeing them gates, does it? Just seeing them gates. Anyway, you get the cameras ready, and, you know, I think I did I think Graham did record going in, and, you know, that's another good thing if there's two of you, so you can see two perspectives of things, even though you're seeing the same thing but in different angles, different ways. It's good. So I took this bigger camera with me, and it's got a good mic on it, what I'm filming with now, and that can really pick up, you know, audio, especially. It's really, because it's directional, so whatever you're saying, it'll pick it up well. So we went in, and I could notice straight away his breathing, and it's like, you know, when you can't get enough breath, you sort of trying to get that extra bit, and it's not enough, and I feel, you know, there's a lot of that. It affected his breathing a lot. He mentioned his heart rate doubling, and feeling ill and feeling sick, feeling bad. Those are the main things. Now, the feeling bad, not feeling right, the breathing and the heart seem to affect him the whole or most of the cemetery, but the feeling sick and feeling really bad was in one section, which I never have thought would have affected him, because the usual area in that cemetery as you go in is the top left corner, and it's, you know, it looks a typical old haunted cemetery, you know, because it's not been used for years, and it's ivy and moss, and so looks can make it do that. But most people that go there feel that corner. Now, Graham captured a dog in it. Well, no, he didn't capture it. He heard a dog, sorry, barking, and he asked me straight. He always asks me straight away, "Do you hear that?" I said, "No." I said, "I did hear some dogs, Yeah, no, before that. He said it was here. I said, no, I didn't hear it. But I did hear the dogs in the distance later. And it was interesting for me after watching that, thinking, well, it could have been that dog that set them off. I don't know, you know, you don't know, do you? But that was interesting. The camera didn't pick that up. I'm yet to go through the audio recorder. I got my bag here. This is what I took. This is the bag I take. I've recorded on this. This is the audio recorder I used. I haven't gone through that yet, but if I hear anything on here or pick something up, I'll put a clip in a video on here at some point soon. All the equipment worked well. This is a Gauss meter. This is the one I usually use, and this is an audio type. If it works, hear that clicking? Now it's picking up. I got a light here. There's a lot of electrical stuff here, so it's picking it up. If I come, I'm gonna what's it? Yeah, but if I click, you know, I'll grab a shot now. But listen. So it picks up electromagnetic field. Now that is said is what spirits use. That's their energy of showing themselves or coming into our presence, if you like, into the system. And these things measure it. They can't lie. What I mean by that is you switch it on. This one you have to hold it on. But if there's nothing there, there's nothing there. You can't make it go off, if you know what I mean. It's, you know, it's how, as it is. The one Graham used here, this is a K2. Now this one is not audible, but it's got lights. Now this one's good at night, and it's good for a locked off camera, which I used to use when I did the investigations. I got a tape. I got one of the old tapes here. Well, it's a new one, a tape, and it was always good to use tape because they were good quality. And if you did capture something, you could send that off to a specialist who would say, yeah, that's the original tape, it's not been altered, so what's on it was captured. And that's how they used to sort of officially say, yeah, you've captured it. You know, if a ghost walked past and you think, nah, that's an effect, that would do it. I don't know if they can do the same with a digital camera or the SD card. Maybe they can these days, I don't know. Now this one, you press this button, and it's on. You don't have to keep it on with your finger, it's on then, and you just walk around. But this one, as I say, is good at night, and it's good in a locked off camera situation, in a room on its own. This in front, camera here, so you can see anything, and this would flash maybe if you picked something up in investigations. Put these away after. I used this thing for temperature. You didn't see me use this on camera. I just took the temperature of the graveyard. And you know, just to see, because another source of how it affected Graham was the heat. Very interesting that. Now he wouldn't know this, I don't think. I'm sure he'd say if he did, but I don't think he'd know this. That is a major factor in paranormal stuff, because hot, oh I feel cold. Usually, you know, when you, oh I feel icy cold, and it's like oh they've walked straight through me. Or some people, but he felt hot, heat. Very interesting that, because I've never experienced myself anybody say they've felt hot or heat in an outdoor situation. So that was really interesting how that affected him like that. We worked our way to the top corner, as I say, heard the dog. That's usually the most sort of area of where things happen or people sense things. We moved across, and Graham was using this, and he was asking in like command, have you got a dog? Are you following me? Those two commands seem to set it off. You can see it on his video, you can see it going after every command. Are you? So that was strange. And when he first asked it, and when this went to red, you could hear him, whoa, whoa, like, you know, realisation what had happened. But we came from there, we came to what I know as the nicer area, the flat area, which would have been the entrance to the old church. and it looks the nicest bit of the cemetery. You know, it's flat, it's nice trees, birds are whistling, and that's where he had the worst feeling. And he heard stamping of boots. Now my camera didn't pick it up, it was rolling, didn't pick it up, I couldn't hear it. But the only thing with that is there was a chainsaw going off in the distance, which seemed to go off, you know, they were using it just before he said, did you hear that then, like a stamping? So maybe it did pick it up, but the sound of the chainsaw sort of overrode that sound, and we didn't get to hear it, which is a shame if it did happen. But I didn't hear nothing myself there. And then we moved slightly further, and it just went downhill for him. And he just said, oh, I feel bad, I feel rotten. Oh, he said, I feel sick, I'm going to be sick. And then, oh God, and we didn't have any water. You should always take a bottle of water with you, or a cold one maybe. But you know, I said, well, we'll take a break, and he just sort of walked off then, and he must have gone a few feet, about 6 or 7 feet. God, it's warm here now. And he said, oh, I feel all right now, I feel much better. He says, you know, it must be a weird feeling to be feeling sick here and then walk there and you feel okay. But it's not a good thing, that, in paranormal terms, feeling sick because it's inside your core. It's not good. It's not a good, well, they say it's not a good spirit, if it's a spirit, obviously, whatever it was. And you think after, don't you, because there's meant to be a pirate buried there. Have we found his grave, you know, were we near where he didn't want you there, something? I don't know, you don't know these things, do you? It's interesting. So we moved off from there then, and we headed back to the top of the cemetery. But it's fair to say he felt, from my observation, he felt bad or strange or ill, you know, not bad. I think he felt bad, he feels weird and the whole lot. Breathing heavy, feeling heat, heartbeat. But I think that flat bit towards the end, really, that was the worst bit for him. He wouldn't go back there after feeling sick. So it's good that he realises that, you know, don't make yourself ill, obviously. It's good to take a break, isn't it? So that was interesting. And then we went up and I collected my stuff, my equipment and that, and the beams, the two sort of I don't remember the name of them, and there's a beam that goes across like a, I can't remember the, anyway, you know, yes, ding dong, there, infrared beam, that's it. Anything and they can go a good distance, you know, apart. But anything crosses that beam or breaks it, ding dong. They worked in the North Wales Hospital very well. But one thing I have observed, only had one, with Graham. I've done one in the, well no, we've done a couple in the North Wales Hospital in the mental there, in the day and at night. Very different place at night. In one time in the day, I'm not sure whether it was Mail 8 or the canteen, Graham may remember, and they went off, ding dong. He says, that was good, could you do it again for us? A few seconds, ding dong. Oh, thanks very much. And he's sort of having a cup of tea with him. I'm freaking out now because I've never had so much equipment that day going off. There was EMF meters, there was them ding dong things going off, and it was just too much. I thought it was at night, I think, that one. Because I apologised at the end. I said, I'm sorry, you know, it really, it's a bit too much. But they didn't go off in the cemetery, so it just shows you that it works in one place, it doesn't work in the other. But very interesting. It was nice for me to try all the equipment again, seeing everything worked, and it worked well. It's a rough cut video. There's no editing in that, because you know when you do stuff like that, it's got to be as it is. In my what I think, and that way it's easy to listen, and but it was very enjoyable. Yeah, we both enjoyed it. well, apart from him for feeling ill. But as soon as we come out, he was okay, and he's done a video I think this morning saying that he's okay, and you know, I think he had a bit of a chat about what happened and things like that. But that's my perspective of it. This is the analysis side, so that's what I observed. It affects him as soon as you go to the gate. Heart rate, heat, hot and cold, mainly heat in there. Breathing, can't get enough breath, feeling bad, and the worst case, feeling sick. I've never seen him say that before. He said he's never felt that before, so that was interesting. But the good thing is when we come out, everything seems to leave and he's back to normal, you know. So yeah, really enjoyable. So thanks for watching. It seemed to have a lot of interest, that video, and I noticed a few other sort of paranormal type channels commenting, and lots of new channels. So if you're watching, thanks very much. People did say, oh, I didn't know you did this, and well, I don't. I used to do it, but I've kept all the equipment, and I've only sort of done them with Graham, knowing that he can sense things. It's been interesting. So you know, people seem very, very interested in it, more so than I thought. So maybe we can do the odd one in future if Graham fancies that. Maybe closer to home somewhere. You know, we'll sort that out. But yeah, I enjoy doing them, and it was, as I say, we had a good chat there and back, and really enjoyed the day. So thanks for your support, thanks for watching, thanks Graham, and I'm going to finish this, so I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye bye.